Okay, let's dive into this powerful story. It's about how a single devastating tragedy at sea pushed one man to change navigation forever, and in the process, really redefine what safety on the open ocean even means.
So our story doesn't start with charts or compasses. It starts right here, with this raw, human cry of grief. This wasn't just sadness, It was this feeling of complete helplessness. This idea that the ocean was just this unbeatable, cruel force.
And this tragedy, well, it becomes the catalyst for our hero, Nathaniel Bowditch. But he knows he can't just announce his plan. I mean, in a town drowning in sorrow, talking about book sailing would just sound heartless, so he has to work in secret.
And instead of just being angry at the sea, Nat channels all of that grief and rage into this massive intellectual challenge. He basically locks himself away, completely driven by the memory of his lost friends, determined to build a new defense against the ocean, not with wooden sails, but with numbers and knowledge.
So, what did this mission to save ships actually look like? I mean, what was he doing in that room? Well, it was this solitary, grueling process, and the sheer scale of it is, honestly, it's just staggering.
Just look at the scale of this. He wasn't just correcting a few mistakes, he was building an entirely new system from scratch, double-checking every single number to make sure it was perfect. And maybe most important of all, he was writing it for the average sailor, the guy who was actually out there on the waves, not for some scholar in a university.
But, nobody accomplishes something this big all by themselves. Just when Nat is completely buried in his work, someone new enters his life, Polly. And she's the first person who truly, deeply understands what he's trying to do.
So while everyone else, including her own aunt, is looking at Nat and thinking, this guy is obsessed, he's going to work himself into an early grave, Polly sees something completely different. She doesn't tell him to stop. Instead, she explains his mission with this really powerful analogy.
She starts with a simple truth, something every sailor's family knew in their bones. This wasn't about a freak accident. Danger was just a constant reality for every single voyage.
And then she totally reframes what he's doing. See, this isn't about reacting to the one tragedy that already happened, it's about preventing all the ones that haven't happened yet.
And this is the key. This is the big idea. Polly saw the huge global impact his work could have. While he's just one man in a room surrounded by paper, she sees a solution that could save sailors all over the world.
And her belief? Man, it becomes his rocket fuel. What was this lonely, obsessive project suddenly becomes a shared cause. And with her support, the work just flies. He's not navigating this mission alone anymore.
But right when Nat is deep in this world-changing work, a very different kind of opportunity comes along. A much more conventional and seemingly much safer path to making a living.
Two well-respected captains come to him with what sounds like a much smarter plan. It's a sure thing. Instead of those long, dangerous voyages into who knows where, they offer him a share in a sealing ship. Guaranteed profit, they say. I mean, think about the choice he's facing here. On one side, you have the usual voyages. You're gone for years, you might get attacked by pirates, and profits are a total gamble. On the other side, a simple, quick, and supposedly guaranteed payday. It's the ultimate temptation, and it's a world away from the slow, unpaid work he's been pouring his soul into. So he takes the smart bet. Or at least it seems like the smart bet. It's a practical detour from his grand mission, a step into the world of straightforward profit. For a moment, he's not a visionary, he's an investor.
So, spring rolls around, and after years of relentless work, Nat finishes his book manuscript. But before he sends it to a publisher, he submits it to the ultimate authority for a review.
And you gotta understand who these guys were. These weren't academics in some ivory tower, no way. These were the masters of the sea, men who had actually sailed the most dangerous waters on Earth. Their word was law, and their judgment on his book was going to be final, period.
And their verdict? It's a slam dunk. Coming from these men, this isn't just praise. It's the ultimate seal of approval. It's the confirmation that all those years of solitary, hard work were absolutely worth it. But right in the middle of the celebration, just as they're taking in this huge victory, the door bursts open. It's a rival, Zach Selby, and you can tell from the look on his face he is not here to offer congratulations.
That safer gamble, the quick path to profit, it had completely failed. The ship that was supposed to be a sure thing was at the bottom of the sea, and with it, Nat's entire investment was gone.
The ship was a total loss. The money was gone, but the crew, the human investment,
Every single one of them was saved. 100% of them made it back to Salem safely.
And Zach thinks he's landing the final blow here, mocking the idea that books have any real value. He's so obsessed with the lost money that he completely misses the real story, the real victory that's unfolding right in front of him.
And it's Polly, again, who cuts right to the heart of it. The money is meaningless. The safety of the crew, that's everything. Her words affirm the very principle that Nat's book, his true legacy, was built on from the very beginning. And so this story leaves us with a really powerful question, not just for navigators, but for all of us. How do we measure the value of our own work? Is it by the quick profit it can earn, or is it by the lasting problems it can solve?